What's good, y'all? You dub back here again, here in 2019, the tail end, the end game. We are here. I'm hoping you're having a blessed day, blessed night whenever you're watching this video. Talk some basketball, y'all! You know, it irritates my soul sometimes when I listen to analysts who's supposed to know the game. When I talk with people who know the game, not talking casual, but people who know the game, and they just don't get it, bro. I told people that CP3 and James Harden will work. The chef cooks, bro. That's just what he does. I told people that Russell Westbrook and James Harden was actually a good fit. Not the greatest fit, but it's a good fit, right? And they're winning ball games. Now, people are concerned about the defense. We're in an era of less defense, but it's also faster pace. It is what it is. There's not that many great defenders. There's a lot of good ones, but not that many great ones. And I would say elite lockdown defenders, not too many in the game today. But it is what it is. Um, it will self-correct itself, as always is the case of as the game evolves. Especially for the three-point line. There's a lot of youngins that come into the league that haven't been taught the fundamentals of defense, sadly. So there is a lot of that. And I could speak so much on high school, college, and even youth basketball with just the devastation of lack of fundamentals that are being taught out here. Regardless of all that, the Rocket system, can it win a championship? Can it work? Yes, it can. People are like, well, look at the history. It's never been done. There's never been a team constructed like the Rockets that have the aim of the Rockets. It's just never been done. It's never been attempted. One, you haven't had players like what you had. CP in his Westbrook an upgrade from CP. Yes, because CP3 got old. Chris Paul got old. He can't run like that. You see, when it comes to the Rockets, bro, let's trace it back to because people are trying to compare it to D'Antoni's system of Steve. This is not the same system. People try to compare it to what happened in New York. It's not the same system. No. To say D'Antoni's system doesn't work, bro. They got to the Western Conference Finals, Game 7. That's like saying Brad Stevens can't coach, bro. They got to Western Conference Finals. I mean, the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7 versus LeBron's Cavs team. You're talking about arguably the GOAT. The Rockets got to Western Conference Game 7 versus a historically great Warriors team. Last year, they went to Game 6 versus a Warriors team that got to the finals. Well, alrighty then. Here's the thing. D'Antoni's system, it relies, it's not running gun. Okay, it's not a running gun system. Going back to UNLV, going back to some college programs, especially women's college basketball, excuse me, where there was a running gun. I think of kind of some years with Gino Auriemma's UConn's women's basketball team. Uh, they were more running gun, when Maya Moore was there and such, right? And so it's not so much running gun. It's people saying it's analytical driven. What it is score as many points as possible. Be offensive firepower. You have a player in James Harden as a dynamo. Now, for everybody who says, "Well, you got so many guys in the league that can do," no, they can't. No, they can't. No. And for those who are so anti what James Harden is doing, are you anti LeBron? Some are. You anti LeBron, huh? LeBron has been to 9 finals. He went to 8 straight. He won 3 of them things. He also went up against historically great teams as well as part of the reason why he lost. The thing is, LeBron has been successful. It's a similar system, different but similar. To say it's not is lunacy. And to say James Harden is his ball hawk, bro, he gets a bunch of assists. Now you'll go, but wonder you argued about against Russell Westbrook. That's because they're not all assists are made simple. Just me dumping you into the paint is not. This man was passing out for shooters. Dudes are making shots, and that's the thing. The Rocket system, and how do I know about the Rocket system? because I played in a similar system in high school. Our team struggled because my shooters weren't making damn shots. I just didn't happen to be as great offensively as James Harden was, right? Pure and simple. Well, now you have someone who can get his own shot in Russell Westbrook. You have someone who can also do assists, get the rebounds in the triple double, and actually now play off the ball because that's what he should have always been playing. He should have always been a shooting guard. But he's got the effort plays. They can run a beautiful pick and roll. He can just slash. You have it to where when James Harden goes off the floor, this is what Chris Paul was supposed to be, right? You have it to where Russell Westbrook can be the man. So you got 48 minutes of destruction and devastation. And bro, you could say, well, their defense, yes, their defense, but you're not always going to have great defensive nights. Regardless of that, do you have the firepower to win? They have the firepower. That's the one thing I always said. I remember when the Bulls were playing the Heat, right? In LeBron's era with D Rose. I said the Bulls can't win. Why? Because you only had D Rose and like Luol Deng. You didn't really have enough firepower to win against the Heat. It was the same thing of the Pacers when Paul George, Roy Hibbert, David Weston on them. They didn't have the offensive firepower. One of the reasons why the Pistons only went to one finals and won is because they lacked the offensive firepower. You got to be able to put the ball in the basket. And people's like, oh, that's simple. Well, it's not really that simple. It's really not that simple to be able to do what the Rockets are doing and get buckets. To do what James Harden's doing and get buckets. And for the people, oh, he gets so many calls. Stop fouling. Learn how to defend. Get the ball out of his hand. Double, triple team him. If he's really that problematic, then get the ball out of his damn hands. But it's not that simple, is it? Because he's that great offensively. One of the easily, if we talk about perimeter scores, I'm not even including big man. He's a top 5 perimeter scorer all time. Okay? MJ, top. It gets ugly, and I've done a list before, but amongst the ranks, I'm not gonna say right now the list, but you have an MJ, KD, Melo, LeBron, Kobe, AI, my man, Chef Harden cooking. That's 7 right there, and of course, you have Larry Bird up in there as well. Those 8 players right there, best perimeter scores all time. You know what I mean? Some of you make an argument for Pistol Pete Maravich, of course. The thing is, he's one of the top 10 greatest offensive perimeter talents. Period. And when you have that level of productivity, and of course, some nights it's just not going to be there. It's not going to be there. Then those nights when it's not going to be there, and that happens to everybody. It happened to MJ. It happened to Larry. It happened to LeBron. It happened to Kobe. Happened even to Shaq. It's just going to happen, right? So you got to be able for the other players to show up, or to get enough defensive stops. Sometimes it's not. Do you have to be the greatest? You need some level of defense, but do you have to be the greatest defensive team ever? No. But you got to be able to get stops, and sometimes it's timely key stops to kill momentum. To hit a dagger. And the thing is, the Rockets, to me, they have enough firepower to potentially win it all. Now, I said before the season, I have the Lakers winning because as soon as they gain AD, excuse me. As soon as they gained AD, I'm like, the Lakers are my favorites to win. Because it doesn't matter what team you build around them. You have LeBron and you have damn AD. And the Lakers, honestly, they're not Showtime, but Kuzma needs to be their big game James Worthy. I keep saying that. And I think he can be effective. But who do I have? People talk about the Clippers, the Clippers, the Clippers. Clippers' health has been manifested is a problem for me. You have Paul George coming off of shoulder problems. You have Kawhi. Apparently, he has lingering, potentially degenerative knee problems. That's not good, bro. But the Rockets can outscore you. And so it comes down to, can the Rockets get stops against the Lakers? It's going to be tough because AD and LeBron are a problem. But they have enough firepower to go back and forth to be an absolute slugfest. That's the same thing against the Bucks. The only issue with the Rockets, can they get stops? Well, If we go by track record, yes, in years past they got stops. The problem was they weren't able to score enough. And you can say, isn't that contradictory? No, they have enough firepower to be there. They just have to bring it home. And that's a whole other ability, the ability to close a game out. A lot of teams fail on that. I mean, part of the reason why the Heat lost in 2011 is because the Mavericks were overall the better team, and the Heat couldn't close the deal. The same thing happened in most of the 2014 finals. And people like, oh, the Heat got blown. No, those games were close, bro. You just got to be able to close the deal. If the Heat close the deal on a couple other ones, they win that series. That's just the nature of the beast. When it comes to, as some people say, high leverage, tight, deep playoff basketball, you got to be able to close the deal. That's why, some for LeBron, but that's why MJ, Kobe, and various ones, Larry Bird, they're praised because they were able to close the deal, right? Kareem, able to close the deal. Bring us home. We need to be able to get you the ball and bring us home. And so, can James Harden bring them home? Can Russell Westbrook make up for his woes? And also, one of the killer about, and this is the one knock, the real knock, I think is a legitimate concern about the Rockets, is their efficiency, man. Good God, bro. They have got to be more efficient. It's not so much that you take high volume because the shots got to come from somewhere. It's just that y'all have got to capitalize. If the Rockets were able to capitalize, they'd be damn near unbeatable. But I mean, that everybody has an Achilles heel. Unexpected one, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on it. Do you think the Rockets can win a championship with their style of play? I think they can. I think they can. Are they the favorite? No, but to me, they're the second best team in the West after the Lakers. I wholeheartedly hold by what I say. I don't make these claims for no reason, right? I said it before the season that this would be a dangerous team. Just like I told y'all, like I knew the Heat, and I've said it for years upon years. Once again, being proven right. A healthy Heat is the most dangerous team, not the most talented, but the most dangerous team in the league. And a Rockets, if they can stay healthy, are mad dangerous. Because, bro, I don't care who you are. That offensive firepower, man. Say what you want. Yes, defense wins championships, but bro, if you can just blow teams off the floor. I mean, if you doubt my words, look at the Warriors when they went, and yes, they didn't win in the finals because once again, they were not efficient in the fourth quarter, but in 2016, when they went 73-9, dude, the games were many of the games were over by halftime, if not three quarters. They just blew teams out. They just wiped them off the floor. They just demoralized them. When you cannot stop a team defensively, when you cannot make stops, same thing is true in football. But basketball, I don't know which is worse, football or basketball with it. Baseball is errors that kill you. Football, you got to be able to. Oh, it's not getting off the field as a defense. That it makes you fatigued and it messes you mentally. But basketball, not being able to get stops, bro, especially at key moments, that fucks with, it screws up your psyche, fam. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. And if you want me to have more discussion on basketball or any sports, and I'm into most of them, we can have that. All right, y'all.